It's noon. Once again, I didn't sleep very well last night, so I let myself sleep in a bit. Breakfast slash lunch is kiwi and blood orange and toast. Um, Today is a bit, it's not chaotic. It's just there are activities and ideas and plans are happening. I've got a family Zune session at noon Eastern, which is 5 o'clock my time, because we haven't done daylight savings yet in France. And then supposed to do another like friends group chat slash maybe game night. I don't know if that's going to be 7, 7:30, 8, 8:39. I don't know yet. And sometime before that, probably, I have to do my cleaning and my housekeeping. So, housekeeping, I'm thinking I want to, these 3 shelves have just gotten a little bit cluttered. So I want to go through, take out the non-essential stuff, and it's not a full, complete job, but I want to at least take the non-essential stuff and put it into a contained place. And then later and I'm going to do that with like other shelves too, and with down below, and with like things under my bed, and I've just shown you like various messes in my house. By the way, that's clean laundry. It just needs to be put away. But, knowing that I have limited time slash energy to do that, I also want to, have to do a thing in my entry hallway, because I already wiped it down once, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it show up on camera. There's little, like, flecks of mold starting to grow on. This is just a weird quality of this apartment. It's got, like, kind of plaster walls here, which I don't know if they absorb mold more or less, but they're really hard to clean. So sometimes you have to get a little bit creative. That wall is an offshoot from my kitchen, and then the room next to it is a bathroom, and on like near it is also my bathroom. So it just gets this tunnel of like mist and steam and moisture, and I try to air it out as much as possible, but sometimes I have to take more drastic measures, and it is something that I've done a couple of times, and I might as well do it now. I'm a little bit on a high, actually, from accomplishing with the toilet yesterday, so I feel like I want to let it roll forward a little bit and be like, let my elbow grease tactic really come through. But first I need to eat. Alright, updates. The wall, I did what I could. Not everything was lifted. I did get like a layer of the gunk off, and I used like a bleach solution thing to try to kill whatever's in there. I may have to take another step, but I can't do that with the tools that I currently have. So that's on pause for a while. As far as organizing the shelf, I've decided to basically swap these 2 shelves. So it used to be, oh, I just knocked into something, that all of these notebooks were up here, and then these 2 weights were here. Focus. Focus. There we go. And then these jars, which have bits of currency from wherever else I've traveled, were here. So I flipped the weights and the jars. Look, money. Where's this from? I don't remember. Anyway, I still need to figure out what to do. This is like my passport and stuff. I don't even know if I want it to be so visible. Maybe I'll tuck it somewhere. I'm not sure. And then I want to take all of these postcards and pictures, which are pretty much obscured by all the papers now. You have to push it back to see. I think I might just like take them and just move them up one shelf, because this will be the more like, there's a motorcycle. Oh, it's a van. People are out. But take these pictures, post them up here. This will be the more like emotional shelf. I've got a thing to put like ticket stubs and receipts and all that from travels, etc. in it. That's supposed to be one of my soul goal projects. And then there's this one that I haven't touched yet. But it is 2:30. I want to go out for a walk. I seem to be going out at like 2:30, 2:45 every day, and I like having this routine because there's no other routine in my life right now. So I'm going to head out, come back, see what more I want to do with this. I might even take some stuff off of the lower two shelves and see if I can jumble that around. We'll see. Oof. This is absolutely savage. What? This is 2 bikes that have been ravaged. Why? Everyone's suddenly so camera shy. Hey. I've already hit record. Oh God, this group. Yeah. All right. Progress is being made with the top shelf. At least it looks a little bit more. Actually, it still looks jumbled, but it's a more organized jumble than it was initially. Sorry, I'm not very steady because I'm actually standing on the lip of my couch. So there, I've got more stable footing. Oops. Stable footing, but not stable handing. But moving from right to left, because apparently this is a Hebrew shelf. This is all the chocolate-based things. It's got like hazelnut cookies, grasshoppers. This is a bag of like Hershey's variety things, like post-Halloween things. Chocolate marshmallow teddy bears, which is very French, like kid candy. I got them in Austria, oh, probably like 4 years ago now. I don't know if they're good anymore. But they have like, is it Bach on them? So I don't want to throw them away without trying, but I don't want to just yet. Cherry, oh, okay, well that just fell. This is falling. I've made a mistake. Red Velvet Cherries from Tenutas. Shout out to a Kenosha classic. And then moving left, I have a big thing for yogurt-covered pretzels, or white chocolate-covered pretzels. I love them, I love them, I love them, I love them. This used to be the snack that I got when I was working at my bookstore. And then, because I don't crunch them, this is going to sound really gross. I let the chocolate melt, and then I let the pretzel dissolve in my mouth. I know it's gross. I know it's gross. But I'm a mouth, I play with my food in my mouth, which is gross. But this has become one of my things that I bring with me to the movies, because I sneak movies. I sneak snacks into the movies. Sorry. And then left is my real pride and joy, all of the sour gummies. I love Spree, Sour Patch. Oh, this is actually something that I got for a friend and never gave him. Sorry, John. Gummies, sour gummies. I've got more Spree. I have so much Spree. Spree was my thing in high school. This was my obsession. And they don't sell them everywhere anymore, so whenever I see it, I buy it. And some more chewy stuff. Twizzlers, I don't like Twizzlers. I never have. I'm not even much of a Red Vines person, but I prefer Red Vines to Twizzlers. Sorry if that's polemical. Polemic? If that's controversial. But I've been holding on to this for like the next big group event, like a picnic or like a birthday party or something, and then social lives got canceled, so I'm holding on to it a bit longer. But I will eventually get rid of this. And then underneath I've got Thin Mints, graham crackers, Hershey Kisses, caramel, a bunch of little like sundry hard candies. I've got some gum in here for some reason. I've got a Carambar. Oh, that's cute. It's like the French version of a Tootsie Roll, kind of. And then a lot of the little, like, individual wrap things like Whoppers, more Spree. I've got a couple, ooh, that was a ring pop. I've got some Almond Joy. I've got some Hershey's Kisses, cookies and cream. And then I've got this thing of Pop-Tarts. I fucking hate Pop-Tarts. I've never eaten a full one. I've had one bite and then this is cardboard. I don't want it. So I'm not even putting it on my shelf. I'm going to keep it out. I'm going to find somewhere to put it. So then if someone wants strawberry Pop-Tarts in France, I'm not shipping it anywhere, please tell me, because I don't want it. And there are a couple of other things that were on the shelf that I've taken off because they're almost empty. Like this little bag of white chocolate pretzels is almost empty. There's only like this much left. So I might even finish that tonight, or like over the next couple of days, who knows. I've got these two things my mom sent me, Funky Chunky popcorn. It's like dressed up popcorn. So this one is popcorn, peanut butter cups, peanuts, chocolatey drizzle. And this one is popcorn, potato chips, pretzels, caramel, chocolatey drizzle. See, I'll have chocolatey drizzle. I think initially they were for a gift to give to my old host family in Paris when I was here for study abroad. And a very kind, thoughtful gesture from my mother. Thank you so much, Mama. But I just forgot to give it to them, or no, I didn't forget. We just couldn't coordinate a time for us to meet up in the short term. And now I think they may be too old/stale to give as a gift, but they're not too old/stale for me to stuff my face with. So I think one of these nights, post-dinner, I might just have a little dressed up popcorn. And so I'm not putting them back on the shelf because I know I'm going to eat them somewhat imminently. The shelf is kind of for things that I'm not going to dig into right away. And then I've also got some savory things. Chex Mix, a bold party blend, Worcestershire sauce, okay, and Takis. That I'm, again, not going to put up there because that seems to be more of a sweet shelf. So, focus. So, why do I have all this stuff in the first place? This is entirely too much sugar and salt and anything for one person. And yes, I agree with you. It is too much. But I, a while ago, subscribed to this, I got this subscription box thing. It's called X-Pack, not Spawn. And every month they send you a box of just like random stuff from your country. And they ship like everywhere in the world. I've popped my knee up on the armrest so I can do a thoughtful pose. But they send you a box every month of just like a random assortment of stuff. And some stuff I've received and opened immediately and cracked into. Somehow, I've been really enjoying the Rice Krispie treats. I like to eat them after I get home from a night out. But when they send me stuff like Pop-Tarts, I'm never going to eat that. I don't want it. And I can't like request specific things to not be included because it's too much of a logistical nightmare for them, which I get. So I've kind of turned it into a gift thing. If I get something in the box that I don't want, I just give it to someone else. Or I bring it, like the Twizzlers, I bring it to an event and then let other people pick over it. That, incidentally, is where those churro-flavored bugles came from, was one of those things. So even I'm, like, discovering things from this subscription box thing that I've never encountered before. But I'm not too much of a sweet tooth kind of girl. I don't eat everything right away, so I've kind of taken to canceling the box every other month, so then I don't get such an inundation of food that I'm not going to eat. So I'm trying to whittle it down, and then slowly going through and I've already, like, obviously selected some things to take off the shelf. And even there, it just looks a little bit more organized. Maybe not to anybody else, but to me it looks more organized. So the shelf reorganization is definitely in progress. I've got, time is it now? 7:05. I've got another conference call, or like a friend's conference call in about 25 minutes. So I think that's just enough time for me to swap all of the photos from the third shelf up to the second shelf, and we'll see if that makes it more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, 2 updates. Number 1, I forgot to add these 4 little bottles into my calculations. They're hot cocoa mixes with different flavors, so like peppermint, gingerbread, milk chocolate, and salted caramel. Obviously I've missed the holiday season, so instead of putting them in my kitchen with all of the teas and hot chocolate mix and all of that, they're going to be here until next, probably November. And then here now is what I'm going to call my sentimental shelf, which has got like a gift that Amélie made me. It's our a photo book of some of our adventures together. This ticket stub thing that I haven't filled in yet, but I will. Some photos, postcards. That postcard is Nantes. That one is a thing from Les Machines de Lille, which is an attraction in Nantes. what's back here? Hvar, which is an island in Croatia, Belgrade, Budapest. I actually don't know where that is. It's a cabin somewhere. And also I don't know where that is, but it's pretty. And that is also, well, that's just a cool little giraffe. This, my darling and beloved Dana. Ooh, my frame collapsed. There we are. Focus, please. And then this, I've had this box for a while and I didn't know what to put in it, and then I finally decided to put all of the well-wishing cards, the birthday cards, the Christmas cards, the cards with special messages in it, more than, you know, not like the, all best, like, signature things, like the kind of more generic things. I keep them for a while and then eventually they go to the circle of life. But the ones that have, like, sentimental meaning, I've decided to keep in a special little box with all of these, you know, the nice messages. These ones couldn't fit in, so they're on top. So that's my sentimental shelf. This one, I couldn't fit this framed picture of a boat up on my sentimental shelf. So the sentiment is coming down to my practical shelf. This is a postcard given to me by my lovely friend Filippo. So the only other thing, it's not coronavirus, me coughing. The only other thing that I have to figure out for this is where I'm going to put the passport. Got my passport card. I actually have 2 passports. I had to renew my passport in October, I think, because it was going to expire this coming July, and you need to have like a 9-month period before you start taking any risks. So I had to renew my passport in France, which was actually a pretty seamless process. It could have been a lot more difficult than it was. But I had to keep my old passport because that's the one that has my visa in it. I have 2 documents that allow me to stay here. I have my visa, which is a sticker in my passport, and I have my titre de séjour, which is a separate card, which is currently in my wallet, as I use it as a form of ID for French democratic things. Usually it sits in my passport, my current passport, but now that we're on like a lockdown situation, I need to if I go out, I need to have a form of ID that is very solid and will not be contested. So there. And then I also have, like, my, thing, remise de chèque. Can't remember how to say this in English. It's the, deposit slips. It's a book of deposit slips. So if someone pays me with a check, I can go to the bank and deposit it. And I need to figure out where to put all of these things, because they're important enough not just to be shoved any which way, but I don't like them being just out, and it's not very nice. So I've got to decide what to do with that. And then just to wrap up, these 2 lower down shelves, they need more work. I don't have time to do it today. There's goop and goos and lotions in this one, and there's electronics in that one, and yarn. So this is a hodgepodge of shelf anyway, and that needs to be dealt with in a more long-term situation. This is everything that I couldn't fit anywhere else in my apartment. So like bags, and an extra pair of sheets, and like a box that I don't remember why I kept it. But I've got to figure out a better way to deal with all of this. But that's for another time. Do you know what? I'm a little bit sore from sitting in the same position on that couch for like... Wait, I started at 5. It's now 9:20. For like 4¼ hours. My back is like... I had another... Ooh, lighting. Okay. I had another Zoom session after my family with some friends, and I didn't film any of it because we were talking about like kind of heavy things. But it's now like 9:15. I haven't had dinner yet. I've been munchling on Chex Mix because we decided like as a group we were going to do like apéro, which is like pre-meal like drinks and snacks, kind of like a not appetizer, but like it's not even amuse-bouche. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was full at one point. I don't know, it's just like, it's a thing in France where you have like a little wine, or a little beer, or a little cocktail or whatever, and a little snicky snacky or something before you have your full meal. So we were doing that while we were chatting, and now I need to make dinner. So I think I know what I'm gonna make. I just need to do it. Okie dokie, here's my dinner, freshly steaming. I literally just took the broccoli out of the pot a minute ago. This may be too much food, we will see. I I have pork, a fillet that I've already very thoughtfully cut up into pieces because this is a very small surface and I don't know if I want to risk the leverage of trying to cut on the thing because I've also got my laptop on here. So I pre-cut it. Some might say like a toddler. I say like a thinker. And then broccoli, which I've just steamed. Steaming is kind of my favorite way of preparing vegetables, and I know it's not very like seasoned and flavorful and something, but I like the taste of broccoli as is, so that's fine. Fine. And then this, it's like potato pancakes. I'm treating them as like latkes, kind of, and I've got creme fraiche as close as I can get to sour cream and applesauce. And I've got 2 applesauces because I also like applesauce with my pork. So this is why I often do pork and latkes together, because I like applesauce for both of them. So this is dinner. And I'm watching vlogs right now, but I'm going to switch to Drag Race Untucked. RuPaul Drag Race, don't your engines run. Alright, it's like almost 11. I don't really have anything else planned for today, so I'm going to wrap up with my chocolate. This one looks like a leaf. It's called The Leaf. I think it's got hazelnut praline in it. It does. Good night.